So today we're going to talk about an item 2/5 towards the end of your syllabus. It's an aqidah, and trying to answer the question why some people do not believe in Allah. Or they say if there's God, why people suffer? It's a test. Or Allah created man to live forever in Jannah, but the man Adam disobeyed Allah and ate from the tree, and his body became immortal. So he's going to die anyway. Either die from disease or earthquake or fire, or he's going to die on earth. Even if he lived to 1,000 years, there's time when he will suffer and die. So that's the answer. Oh, if there's a God, I should see him. What will be your answer to him? Yeah, you use the cause and effect. Who found the sun, the moon, the stars, and galaxies? What about more visible things to him, like the school here? What will be? How would you say it to him? Yeah, you don't have to see the electrician to believe. He sees a light, so it must be fitted by an electrician, yeah? You don't need to see the bricklayer, because there's a wall there. I don't have to bring the window maker for you to believe there is a window maker, yeah? You see the end result of the builder, the bricklayer, the window maker, the electrician, the carpenter. And the same with Allah Azza wa Jalla. You don't need to see Allah, but you see what He did. You say, oh, no one can make the sun. No one can make the moon. The moon move around the earth. The earth and the moon move around the sun. Who made that law for them to move? You don't have to see Allah Azza wa Jalla. You see the end result of His creation. But you can't see Allah. He's not made. He's not made of atom. He's not made full stop. He's been always there. He's not an atom, he's not electricity, he's not carbon, magnesium, sodium, iron to shine your torch. Oh, that's God there. You cannot see Allah. You're not going to see Him, like it or not. Full stop. Believe in Him without seeing Him. That's the true belief in Allah. You believe because you saw the creation He created. And you can't say things came from nothing. We came across that, the cause and effect. So the answer will be, you're not going to see Him. He's not a matter to see anyway. What else? Why people don't believe in Allah? What else they give? What reasons? Islamophobic. If there were no Muslims in Britain, there will still people believe that we are Londoners, we are better than people in Manchester, we are English better than the people in Scotland, we are England, we don't believe the Irish people are good, yeah? In fact, there were always a fight between the Catholic Irish and Protestant Irish. For years they kept fighting each other in Ireland, Northern Ireland. And they came to Britain, they did a lot of explosions. One of the explosions they did in Brighton, it was the hotel where Margaret Thatcher, the Prime Minister, was staying in that hotel. And they managed to damage the wife of Omar Tebet, who was her minister. So the Irish were bombing here, bombing there. There's bombing in Birmingham at one stage, because they feel we, the Irish Catholic, better than the Irish Protestant. The Second World War was done because the Germans believed they are the best. So everybody is bad, including the Jewish, so they started gas chambers, killing them in thousands and millions. A Holocaust. In Gaza, in 23, they started the war against the Gaza people. The ministers there, they said that the Gaza people are subhuman. They are subhuman, they need to get rid of them. And they killed so many of them, destroyed 95% of Gaza. They say they are the chosen nations of God. They deserve to live, everybody else doesn't. So they don't want to believe in God because they put themselves as God. So when Musa came to Egypt to get the sons of Israel out of Egypt, Pharaoh said, Ana Rabbukum al-A'la. He said to the people, I am your God, the highest God. So Allah Azza wa Jalla drowned him and his army. What other reason people give not to believe in Allah? They believe if God's there, He would have killed his mom or his dad or his brother. So why he had cancer? What will be your answer to that? It's in the Quran, Allah said, to Adam and Eve, don't get shaitan to get you out of paradise. Because if you get out of paradise, you will suffer. Allah said, يخرجنكم من الجنة فتشقى. He said to Adam, you will suffer. And he managed to get out of Jannah and came to earth. And on earth, there is all sort of germs, diseases, radiations, poverty, lack of food, lack of drink, this and that. So it's the fault of our great grandfather Adam and Eve. If they didn't eat from the tree, we all would have been in Jannah now, enjoying Jannah. You will go back to Jannah if you believe in Allah Azza wa Jal and obey Him. So it's by design, yes, Mahar, by design we're made to suffer. One will suffer from cancer, one will suffer from infection, one will suffer from broken bones, one will suffer from persecution, one will suffer from poverty, lack of food, lack of drinks, one will suffer from deep freeze, one will suffer from hot weather. Every one of us is exposed to the elements on this earth and exposed to the evil people on this earth. And we are exposed to the phenomena Allah placed on earth, like earthquakes and volcanoes and tornadoes and all sorts of things. What other reasons people give that they don't want to believe in God? Yeah, they don't believe there's hereafter. 70% of the people in Britain, if you ask them, do you believe in God? They will say yes. He will bring you back to life and judge you, put you in hell or paradise. He will say there's no life after death. How would you convince them there is life after death? It's very simple. It's in the Quran, in Surah Yasin, towards the end of Yasin. A man came to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Ubay ibn Khalaf, and he took a brittle bone, he crushed it, and he blew it in the face of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he said, who will bring that back to life? And what Allah said in the Quran, say to him, the one who created it in the first place. Yeah? So if somebody come with a sledgehammer and break this desk, who will bring it back again is the one who made it the first time. He will go and remake it. Don't worry about it. So Allah Azza wa Jal said, وَالَّذِي أَنشَأَ الْخَلْقَ ثُمَّ يُعِيدُهُ وَهُوَ أَهْوَنُ عَلَيْهِ. Allah is the one who created the creation, and He will recreate and will be even easier for Him. So which is more difficult, to make the first computer or the second computer? The second will be easier, and the million computer will be easier. مَا خَلْقُكُمْ وَلَا بَعْثُكُمْ إِلَّا كَنَفْسٍ وَاحِدَةٍ, Allah said. It's the creation of all of you, and recreating you is like creating one person. Creating the first car is difficult, but making 10 cars will be easier. 1,000 cars will be even more easier, and so on and so forth. So Allah Azza wa Jal created us, and it's much easier to recreate. How will Allah recreate us while we were dead and turned into ash? How will Allah recreate us? Because it has to be you who is recreated, not make a new person. There's no point in making a new person, put him in hellfire. But the Day of Judgment, Allah will recreate you from what? The last of your sacrum bone, there's a piece will stay there, will not be destroyed, fire or crashing, whatever. And that piece, from that piece, Allah will multiply you. And you come out of the ground fully formed. So the Day of Judgment will be part of you, will remain there, and then Allah will multiply that and become you. Because your DNA is there, all your characters there. And you personally, every one of us will come back to life, build up from that piece. The Prophet ﷺ said, that piece of you, from it you will be recreated. You don't need to keep all the body to recreate. You just need one cell to multiply. Dori the shape means that they cloned the cell and multiplied the cell. Or we can make 10 of Taha and the 20 of Aisha, yeah? Will be good because you answer all the questions and you score quite high, and will be all the class will be genius, you know. All of you genius, mashallah. Coming to understand Allah Azza wa Jal and His creation means that you are genius, because you want to know the secret of life in this world. Now, what else people gave reason for not believing in Allah? That was a good reason that, if Allah there, why He's allowing evil to exist. There's natural evil and there's moral evil. What's the difference between natural evil and moral evil? Natural evil like earthquakes and tornadoes and deep freeze and hot weather. What's the moral evil? Evil from criminals, from shaitan, from human shaitan, crimes and persecutions and arsons and cheating and stealing, and that moral evil committed by people. So what would you say if Allah there, why He's allowing natural evil? Why He's allowing earthquakes and tornadoes and volcanoes? He told Adam, as we said earlier, life on earth is not going to be rosy, it's not going to be enjoyable all the time, and then life on earth will be limited. Moral evil is controllable by us. Natural disasters are not controlled by us, they're controlled by Allah Azza wa Jal. And Allah decides who should die where and when. Countries like Japan and San Francisco in the west of USA, they managed to build buildings which will stand earthquake. And there's countries who don't. So there's countries when there's earthquake, the whole house is 50% of the houses collapse. But if earthquake happen in San Francisco or Los Angeles, they're building even skyscrapers, they don't fall. Why? Because man thought about ways to protect himself. So you'll be rewarded for protecting yourself and you will be punished for not protecting yourself. Last week we talked about relying on Allah Azza wa Jal. You make all the effort to pass your exam and you rely on Allah Azza wa Jal. If you don't make the effort to learn how to drive, you deserve to fail. Because if you pass by luck and you're not trained to drive on the street, you might end killing few people, crashing into cars and things, like this lady who crashed her car into a school and killed 2 children, or this guy who drove a Ferrari car and he hit 2 ladies on the bus stop and killed them. He should have failed his driving test. It's better for him to fail. It's better for you to fail as a doctor in the university and not given the certificate, better than succeeding by chance, by luck, and go work in a hospital and kill 200 people. So if you fail, you would have saved 200 people from being killed by your inadequacy, with your lack of knowledge. So it's a blessing if you fail, if you don't have them from the right knowledge, the full knowledge. So some people claim if God is there, why He allows earthquake? Why He allows tornadoes? What will be your answer? He told Adam that's what's going to happen on earth. You're going to suffer. It's not going to be rosy life. You want good life? Go back to Jannah. How would you go back to Jannah? There's one phrase will get you back to Jannah. What's what? To believe La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. If you say La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, eventually you will go to Jannah. You might stay some time in hellfire, but it will be short time. What will make you stay in hellfire even if you believe La ilaha illallah? There is certain action, if you do it, you will spend some time in hellfire. Like what? Shirk will not get you out of Jahannam abadan. He will stay in Jahannam. But there's some sins, you commit that sin, that definitely will get you dipped in Jahannam. For seconds, minutes, days. One of them is disobeying, disrespecting your mom and dad. The Prophet ﷺ said, let the one who disrespects his mom and dad do whatever he will do, he will not go to Jannah, not straight away. He will spend some time in hellfire. Another one, killing a person unjustly. He'll stay some time in hellfire. Another one, false witnessing. If you go to court and false witness, oh, I saw him killing her, and you're wrong, he will go to hellfire. He will dip in hellfire. It's called Yamin al-Ghamus. Yamin al-Ghamus, the oath which will dip him in hellfire. So the answer to that, that's physical evil, earthquakes or tornadoes or pandemic. You know the pandemic? The hand virus, have you heard of it? Yeah? They are very, very worried that spell is the first spell. The second bell, after 5 minutes. So be quiet. Let me finish the talk. So other reasons which you haven't mentioned, I mentioned them to you quickly. People don't want to believe in Allah Azza wa Jal because they want to carry on staying in their job. If he is a bishop in the church, he doesn't want to believe La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah because they will kick him out of the job. Or his position is the king, the leader. If he believes in God, they will kick him out of his job. Or because he wants to not to lose his money. If you believe in Allah Azza wa Jalla, he will have to pay the zakah and sadaqah, and he doesn't want to pay. He says, Allah wants you to pay zakah. I don't believe in God. He will not go to Jannah, he will go to Jahannam. But he gives a false reason. He doesn't want to believe in God. He cannot deny there is a God who created the universe, but he doesn't want to give money to the poor. He wants to keep his status. Like Pharaoh, he wants to remain the king. He wants to carry on drinking alcohol. If you believe, you become Muslim, you have to stop drinking alcohol. One of my son's friends in Nottingham, in the university, he said, oh, Islam is good. And then he said to him, would you like to become a Muslim? He said, no. Why? I don't want to stop drinking alcohol. Or he doesn't want to stop having boyfriends, girlfriends. Or he doesn't want to stop cheating, or lying, or stealing, or gossiping, or killing sometimes, or gambling. He denies Allah exists because he wants to carry on gambling. If he carries on gambling, it's haram in Islam. If he carries on running drug firm and drug ring, there's things which will stop people believing in Allah Azza wa Jal because deliberately they don't want to stop the evil things they are doing. When people say there's no God, there's hidden reason they don't want to believe. They don't say to you, I don't want to believe in God because I don't want to give zakah. They don't say it. They don't want to believe in God because they don't want to pray. As we said in this class many times, you cannot deny there is a builder who built the wall. You cannot deny there is an electrician who fit the electricity. You cannot deny there is a window maker. There's a carpenter. You don't need to see the builder to believe they were a builder. You don't need to see the window maker to believe they were a window maker. You don't need to see the electrician to believe there's an electrician. You don't need to see Allah to say that He created the sun and the moon and the stars and the galaxies and the laws, the physical law. And people deny Allah Azza wa Jal exists because they don't want to do things. Or they want to carry on doing bad things. And that's what stopped them believing in Allah Azza wa Jal.